Hello and welcome to Gaming Garnish, a podcast aiming to be a delicious side dish to the hobby we all love, gaming. This time I'm your host, Joe, and I welcome our usual diners, Jake.
Hello.
Brad.
Hello.
And Ben.
Hello.
Let's kick it off real fast and see what you've been playing, Jake.
Okay.
Straight into it. No time.
So, first off, I'll mention that I finished Expedition 33.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Brad was right. The ending is,
Of course, as always.
Sad.
it's very sad, but it hits the ending. It's really good.
Yeah, I think I said last time, didn't I, that there is two endings you can choose from.
Yes.
But both of them are as good as each other.
Both of them are sad, but one of them
Yeah,
definitely feels like the bad ending, and I've definitely picked that one.
Yeah, and I did the same. But they both invoke slightly like different feelings, but they're both sad. And
So you did both
Very good.
endings then?
it's
I watched it online.
yeah,
Okay.
you can't just go back and do it. So the game saves and you do the last chunk.
Yeah.
And then once you've got the end, it basically puts you back before that save, but you can't continue like the story after that save.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so
weird.
it like locks it out.
So
Yeah.
what's the point of going back just so you can get back into the free roam map and finish it?
Yeah, all your side stuff basically.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
it's like a point of no return save sort of thing. But
To be fair, I don't feel like this is that bad spoilers, but when you get to Act 3, it's basically just you can go do the last mission, but the whole world opens up and it's kind of like do everything you want to do before the last mission.
yeah,
So it just pops you back there.
yeah,
Bit weird for them to lock you out of the other ending though, because like all other games that do that, they like put you before the last boss or whatever, and you could make choices.
Yeah, and then you can go back.
Yeah.
It is literally just one other choice you'd make. So
Right, okay.
it is probably easier to just watch online anyway.
I'm thinking it may be just because so you can't farm the last boss, but I don't feel like you get that much XP anyway.
Well, yeah, because you do keep your XP from the last
Oh,
one,
do.
do you?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really good. My God, I've played some good games this year already.
I know your game of the year is going to be tough.
Tough
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at that backlogged website, and I haven't filled it in a while, but obviously I filled in Baldur's Gate this year. That was 5 out of 5. I did Astrobot. That was 5 out of 5. Tunic, 5 out of 5. This is
Jeez.
5 out of 5.
But Baldur's Gate can't be on your
No,
game.
it was last year. It was last year.
Yeah.
So
But other than that, I haven't really been playing any other games other than our backlog game, which we'll talk about next time.
yeah.
But I did play something. It is still a game, but it's not a console game. I played the king of games, YuGiOh.
Oh, yes.
You could say you are the
Card
king of
game.
games after last night.
A card game. So we had literally last night, feeling a bit tired this morning,
Yeah.
recording early morning. We had a YuGiOh tournament for. We kind of, me and Brad kind of know what we're doing because we've been like talking about it for about a month.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
everybody
back
else who
into it.
came was a bit like novice. But it was cool. It was more about like nostalgia and
I think most people had watched the anime.
yeah.
Some people had played when they were younger, but most people hadn't played for 20 years?
Yeah. yeah.
15 years maybe at best.
Yeah.
And there's a couple who had never played, but it was good because, as you say, everyone learned. Everyone had their
definitely.
own deck.
Did anyone have a deck full of Pot of Greed and Man-Eater bugs?
One had man-eater bugs, yeah.
Yeah.
Awful
Yeah.
card.
We kind of like did archetypes. So there was an insect deck
Yeah.
that our friend Jono has.
Oh, okay.
And he had Man-Eater bug. We did rules so that you could only have one Pot of Greed, one Monster Reborn and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So it's just not going on forever until the decks are empty.
Yeah.
But it was really good. It was really good.
I'm fuming though.
Brad's fuming because he
I'm
beat.
fuming.
We,
So
we did like a
we basically did like 4 games. There were 7 of us in the end. There was supposed to be 8, but
Joe,
one person.
put a little quiet violin in this bit just while.
Yeah. There was supposed to be 8 of us, but one person couldn't turn up on the day, so there were 7. So that kind of threw off the format we were going to do. So in the end, we basically just played like 4 games each against different people each time.
Yeah.
And
That's a
the
lot of
idea was, sorry.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah,
for one night.
it was. We finished at about 12:30, didn't we?
yeah.
So we're about 6 hours.
Mm.
So we did that. I've lost my train of thought now.
So everybody had 4 games.
Yeah.
We didn't get to play everybody.
Yeah.
And then if you won a game, you got a point, basically.
That was it, yeah. So
And then,
the theory was someone's going to end up with the most amount of points.
yes.
And if you don't, if 2 people have the most amount of points, they'll battle it out. So I won 3 games in a row, one of them against Jake.
Yes.
And I was buzzing.
Yes,
I
he was.
actually buzzing. And, sometimes it is just luck. It's just look at the draw. And I won. I was loving life. And then my next game, my final game, was against my friend who I brought, Liam. And so far, he'd lost every game that night. And he was still struggling to sort of like understand what all his cards did. I was like, I've got this in the bag. Easy win. And then he just found 3 blue eyes and a polarization in like his second turn. So just summoned Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon immediately, which is like ridiculous. Killed his Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and he brought it back the next turn. So
with Monster Reborn.
It weren't even Monster Reborn, it was another card, which also brought back a Blue Eyes. So he literally just decimated me because he just got the perfect hand.
Yeah.
Like the actual perfect hand.
That is a moment that would like happen in the anime.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So I was fuming off that.
So at this point, Brad's got 3 points. I've lost to Brad. I managed to win my other duels.
Yeah.
So I had 3 points. So
then me and Jake had the duel again.
And Brad's already beat me at this point. So I was like, well, here we go.
Yeah.
I just drew the perfect hand.
Again.
Yes.
Same thing happened to me twice in a row. Jake drew the perfect hand. He drew another card that was incredible that I killed. I was like, thank God, I've got rid of that. And then he just summoned his actually most powerful card, which I've got nothing to do. Like, I can't beat it. So it was over.
The Dark Paladin.
It was over.
Did anyone get Exodia?
No, we banned Exodia.
No. It takes like a big strat.
Well, to be fair, we didn't ban it. We just didn't have the cards. They're quite expensive.
Okay, fair.
Okay.
I thought we did, yeah. So I'm fuming because I was on a roll and then I got absolutely dumped on by the best hands you could possibly get in like the first couple turns in a row. So,
it was fun. I'd definitely do it again.
Fun, yeah.
It's just a bit of nostalgia and a fun card game as well.
It is.
We don't play the modern rules, by the way, for anybody listening.
Yeah.
We play the OG rules.
Yes.
Yeah, with OG-ish cards.
We were playing like OG cards, but you could have modern cards, but not the synchros, XYZ crap and all that.
Just to try and keep the balance a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it worked better than I thought. I thought it was just going to be a lot of people reading the cards for ages and nothing really happening. But
that kind of was it at first.
Or just asking questions constantly. And there was a bit of that.
That's like a session 0 at D&D.
Yeah. But everyone sort of seemed to understand it pretty quick and just got on with it. Yeah.
That was good. Looking forward to a big tournament too.
Every time Liam said, "Can I do this?" I was like, "Oh my God, yes, he can." For God's sake. As he summons his Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon again. Yeah.
Well, seeing as you were also there at that tournament, what have you been playing, Brad?
So obviously, other than the YuGiOh, I've been playing more Rematch.
Nice.
A football game.
Well, it must be good if you keep coming back then.
It's just one of those games. It's really easy to just pick up and just like dump a few, games into it. Maybe not hours at a time. I've had a few longer sessions again with Liam actually. Annoyingly, it's not crossplay, and he's on PC, so I've had to get my work laptop out. Shh, don't tell work. To play with him on that. But it is just a good laugh. You can take it seriously and like really try and win, or you can play it really casually. Takes a minute to get used to the buttons, don't get me wrong. It's it's not the most intuitive game to play, but once you start to get it, there's a lot of time when people literally just mess up because they pressed the wrong button. You can tell what they meant to do, but they've jumped over the ball by accident and it's rolled under the legs and gone in the net. It happens a lot, but the better people get at it, the less that'll happen. And I can really see there's quite a high skill ceiling on it, where I reckon professional play would actually be quite interesting to watch.
Well, it sounds a bit like Sifu, where like it is quite, if you just played Sifu, it's quite simple, but you get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
If you just kept it simple.
It is quite similar in the sense that, you are just learning like through failure a lot of the time.
But with the fact you can do a 5v5, it opens it up to quite a lot of esports teams.
Yeah, definitely.
Well.
Yeah, definitely.
Which would work well if you could get their jerseys in game, like the esports
I bet,
team jerseys.
That's a good point. They'll probably do that, to be fair, because there's quite a bit of customization. So, we're actually really enjoying that. I've not often got a like pick up and put down multiplayer game on the go. You know, like most people like a Call of Duty that they just like fancy a couple games, so they chuck it on.
I don't know how anyone does that at all.
No, me too.
I'm
Me
kind
too,
of
Joe, I
all or
get it.
nothing. If I'm playing a game like Call of Duty, that's the game I'm playing at that moment.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
There's many times if I don't have more than 2 hours free, I won't play a game.
yeah, fair.
The only time I was doing it was Warhammer Space Marine.
Yeah, but then
I was playing through the game as well.
Yeah, but we also had dedicated time to that. We were playing it this day.
No, I mean, I just like, if I was like, I only have half an hour to play games, even by myself.
Oh,
I'd just jump on the online.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But that's what I'm finding with this. It's handy and it's there because the other games I've been playing. So when I was playing, well, not so much Expedition, but playing like the backlog game at the moment and playing Doom. They're both on Xbox and Rematch is on Xbox Game Pass. So it's just there. So it's easy to flip between the two.
How long are the games? Is it like first to a certain amount of points or is it a set time?
So it's 5 minutes or maybe 6 minutes.
Oh, wow. It's really short.
Short or first to 4. Sorry, not first to 4, but first to get a score difference of 4.
Oh, okay.
So it becomes like mercy rule. So you don't get like dumped on 8-0.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get this sore loser who's losing 3-0, so picks up the ball and runs into his own net. That does happen.
Yeah.
But for the most part. Yeah. So playing that and enjoying it. Playing a bit more Doom. I'm just getting through that slowly. It's unfortunately not hooking me like Eternal.
Like Doom Eternal did, yeah.
I think I talked about it last time, but it reminds me quite a lot of the first one. And the first one I enjoyed for a while, but then by the end of it, I was getting a bit bored. And I kind of wanted the first one to be over.
I was a bit the same.
And I think I've jumped into this one and started off enjoying it again, but more quickly got to that sort of bored state because of the first one.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's personal preference. A lot of people prefer Doom 2016 to Eternal.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
I don't get that.
Eternal is...
It's too fast, goddammit.
But there's so many times in
it. You played that up. When you say the first one to me, I think 93.
Sorry, no.
It's 2016.
First in this trilogy. There's so many times in this because it's like a bullet hell. I feel like you need to be moving quickly. Yes, the bullets are slow, but there can be quite a lot like flying at you, and there's a lot of enemies, and a lot of them like jump at you, and a lot of them they jump from off screen, and you don't always see them, and you can parry them, but you don't know where they come in. So I just feel like if you could be more on the move, it would just work a lot better. A lot of time I'm just getting killed and I'm like,
is there no like peripheral warning like where you're going to get jumped at from on the side of the screen or whatever?
Not particularly noticeable if there is. There's quite a bad telegraphing in general. Like you don't really know when you're low health. There is that audible warning.
Yeah.
Like slightly.
It does jump on you very fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you just kind of,
to be fair,
I didn't realise I was even low health.
That kind of happened in Eternal to me a couple of times.
It did. Yeah. But
you're so fast paced, you're just like, and then you're like, oh, I'm dead. What?
But I just found in Eternal sometimes, if you needed to back out for whatever reason, like of combat, because you were so fast, you could, and then take it a bit slower to get some health back. Yeah. Whereas on this, a lot of the time I'm low on health, but I'm like stuck in the middle of enemies. I'm like, I can't get out because I'm too slow.
Yeah.
Just be better, Brad.
Just be better, yeah. I mean, I was contemplating lowering
getting health back in that game. Is it just killing enemies?
It's just killing enemies, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then there's sometimes like there's one enemy I really struggled with. It was like kind of mini boss type enemy, but there was no fodder enemies to get health back. So I was just like, I literally had to play Doom the way, you see all these memes online of people playing Doom where they're like hiding behind cover and peeking out. I had to play it like that because I couldn't get any health.
Yeah.
Just had to keep poking
jumping around like a madman.
Yeah. And that didn't feel great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fine. I do have other games I've been playing, but I feel like I've been talking for like 10 minutes.
It's all right. Go on. Give us another one.
Yeah, give us
one more. So I started a new game with Lucy.
Yep.
Let's just watch me play. Silent Hill 2.
Nice.
The new one.
The remake. Really enjoying that actually. Yeah. I've been enjoying it all the way through. Lucy was a bit unsure at first because the opening's a bit strange. It's very atmospheric, but it's a little bit dull because you're kind of just in Silent Hill town with the fog, but you kind of not really.
It's always a slippery slope, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always a slippery slope. It starts off so gentle and not a lot really oh, it's a bit cringe in places, and it's not. And then all of a sudden, it's just a big slope.
I think it's because it's quite open, the first area. You can go in a lot of buildings, but you can also not go in most of them. So it was just a lot of walking down empty streets, trying doors, and most of the time they didn't open. Trying to smash windows, most of the time they didn't smash. And then eventually I'd find one I could go in, find a bit of a puzzle, do it, and then carry on. But it just didn't. There wasn't a lot of story drive, and it was just a bit slow.
If you were him though, that's what you'd be doing in the town.
You're of course. But it was fine playing that, but from a viewer point of view, at least he weren't enjoying that so much. So it was a bit touch and go for a minute. I didn't know if she was gonna enjoy the rest of it, but then we got into
give her the control.
I know.
It'd be bad if you get left by your imaginary girlfriend playing it, wouldn't it?
But I know. You're left alone with my thoughts. So it was even things like when you first get introduced to the first enemy, it's a bit scary, but then they start littering them in the open world, and they very quickly don't become scary because you can just kite them well easily. So it was, the opening wasn't the greatest. After the first half an hour, there was a good hour-long section, which was a bit slow. But then you start getting back into internal areas like the apartments or just in the hospital, and then it really ramps up. It is scary, really creepy.
You go down those stairs.
Yeah, just go to the other side. But now we're both really enjoying it. Like every night, Lucy's saying, "Can we play more Silent Hill?" Yeah,
no.
I need the nightmares in my life.
So we've got a good chunk into it. It's the first time for a while she's been this keen on a game. I think the last time was Alan Wake 2. Because we enjoyed Cyberpunk. I really enjoyed playing through Cyberpunk again, and she enjoyed watching it. But that wasn't one where every night she was like, "Can we play some more? Can we play some more?"
Yeah.
Whereas this is,
it's good that it's also a good viewing experience.
Yeah.
It's almost like watching a film, but you can sort of interact.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things with the horror games. Like, even though there's not story beats happening all the time, the bits where it's tense and there's music, in the background, like amping it up, and you're creeping around and what's around this corner. That's keeping Lucy engaged. Within an action game, if I'm running around shooting people, she's not that bothered. Watching that. It's not. I don't think that's as exciting to watch.
She's also waiting for you to do the girly scream, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah. There's been a few girly screams, not gonna lie. There's these enemies that hide against the walls, mannequins are called, and they just in
the rooms, and you turn around, some furniture will be moved.
But
and it'd be one of them. They're like legs on legs.
The legs on legs,
they hide as a lamp or a table, or
yeah. So they're really weird. Enjoying it. Good game so far.
Good stuff.
Jake's looking at me like I'm never touching that.
No.
Well, seeing as Silent Hill 2 is one of your favourite games, Ben, or the Silent Hill franchise in general, let's move on to what you've been playing.
Not Silent Hill, unfortunately.
No. You've not played I know. You've not played it, have you? The remake?
No, I haven't played the remake yet, no. I was debating whether to do number 1 again.
They're remaking
original.
The first one.
Yeah, that's why I started to wait.
Yeah, fair.
Because I'll play them in sequence then, maybe.
I suppose, but they don't follow on, do they?
No, but I'll have good memories because I played them at the time.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I haven't been playing much different. Still on Roadcraft. About 55 hours in now.
Whoa.
You can make roads, man. That's all I have to say.
It's definitely
the clue
a big game.
Is in the title.
Yeah.
Well, the question is always, can we fill it with sand? Wherever we get there, whatever we is,
it's always yes.
Yes,
I
it is.
Finally saw gameplay of this the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think?
It was a lot nicer looking than I thought it was going to be. Not gonna lie.
There are some real little details that you can see that are pretty good. You get little condensation coming out of the exhausts of vehicles. You get a little bit of heat coming out of the radiators. Things like this. It's actually quite good when you look close.
Yeah.
For a simulator, that's what you've got to remember. It's a simulator game.
Just even for a general game.
Yeah.
It seems decent. So yeah.
Well, I was amazed when I first played Mud Runner that I know that the whole game is about going through mud, but the physics in it were amazing. Mud trails would fill up with water as time goes by, and as I said, you see the exhaust shaking and stuff.
Yeah.
It's normally reserved for like massive AAA racing games like Forza.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, this is like small studio stuff.
It's going well. It's getting a little bit long in the tooth in the 2 missions that we're on, because the map sort of splits into, you've done the first mission, then there's another one in line, then it splits to 2, but you need to complete both to be able to get to the next line. That's 3 of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like a pyramid type.
Yeah.
So after doing the Incommunicado mission, which was to try and get radio towers up, the second one is Sunken, which is flood problems. And it's a little long in the tooth. I want a new map now. I've been doing this for a long time, if you see what I mean. And we got to that moment. But you have to bear in mind, we've absolutely 100%ed everything till this point. Then we've decided, well, just going to finish the main story bit to get another map open and come back and do the trinkety bits later.
So there is other maps?
Yeah, I've still got another 4 maybe to do. And there's another DLC coming soon because I bought the pack that unlocks the DLC as soon as it's released.
Because you pre-ordered it, didn't you, Ben?
Because pre-ordered
it. What did we say?
Everyone,
no, fair, because
everyone is so unhappy with me because I have a 30-ton tracked sand mover. Because I pre-ordered.
We've said it before, like, you've got 55 hours out of this game, so in this case it was worth pre-ordering. You knew you were going to put the time into it. So.
Yeah. And to get the truck.
It's basically the elephant
my eyes
from Halo
lit up.
3.
Yeah. What say, Joe?
So is it basically the elephant from Halo 3?
Yeah,
Full
absolutely. Full of sand.
Yeah. All the sand from that sand map in the trailer.
Other than that, I've been playing The Alters, which I've been waiting for.
You get more, got more on that.
That's been honestly, I'm really enjoying it. It's been a long time since I've been so into a narrative-driven game. It's basically people management. And
you should go into HR.
I've just got into Act 2. I feel like it, I tell you, because all the alts they bring back hate each other. You're always fighting fires no matter what you do in that. So yeah, I've just got into Act 2 of that. I won't say too much about it based on it is storyline. So it will ruin it for people if I say it. Maybe next time I'll talk about it, but give a spoiler alarm.
Yes.
It's definitely on my radar. I do want to pick it up.
Definitely.
Yeah, the more you talk about it, the more I want to give it a go. Because when you first mentioned it, you said it was kind of like Fallout Shelter, like the mobile game. I was like, oh, maybe I won't give that a go.
I think it just looks like Fallout Shelter, doesn't it? Like,
it's not a 2D sideways thing, is it?
The
while you're in your hub, it's a 2D different level going up and down. Side scroller basically.
Yeah.
And that's where you do a lot of your people management. But when you go outside, it's third person, and you're dealing with elements. The first act is you try to race the sun, basically, because the sun's going to come up and scorch the land. So you've got to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in order to do that, you need people and you need mine.
Have you had a fail state yet?
No.
I just want to know what happened. I want to know if you've restarted the game.
I've spoken to friends that have had it. Shout out Ryan. You die.
Do you get to revert to a save? I think we asked last time.
Every day. Every day is a save.
So you restart the day. That's fine. I can deal with that.
But you could have gone wrong 4 days ago.
So you can pick a day, can't you? From what I've heard.
So it saves every day. You can go back so many days. Just a new save per day.
Yeah,
is what it does.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So you might choose 3 days ago, and that's not enough to complete your task.
Okay.
But
so you kind of get
I can imagine. So I haven't got it yet, but I can imagine it getting a little annoying having to go through the same conversations because you are having the same arguments and fights with everybody, and they're still trying to cause a revolution against you. So if you've died and you know it's coming, I imagine that could be a little annoying.
Yeah,
but you can skip. You can skip it as long as you know your answer already.
Yeah. It's not like you can say to him, "I know what you're thinking. I know what you're planning."
Yeah. Just walk up and punch him.
I've been there.
I've been in the future.
Yeah.
That's really good. Haven't been back to Doom very much yet. Still on 11, chapter 11. but the Alts has taken over, and the backlog game. So that's about it.
Sweet.
Nice.
I guess I'll move on to what I've been playing.
Yeah.
I was trawling, no pun intended for the backlog game, trawling through the Game Pass library, looking for something that looked a bit unique.
Mm-hmm.
And I found this thing called Lost in Random, The Eternal Die.
Yeah, it's a new one, isn't it?
I discovered isn't unique at all. It's basically Hades with a different skin.
Yeah.
But it's great. I'm loving it so far.
Yeah. Did you ever play original Lost in Random?
Wait, it's not the first one?
No, there is another one, but it's a different genre.
Oh, no.
The first one, I think, is like a third-person like platformer type.
Okay.
EA Originals, isn't it, I think?
I wonder if this it follows on directly from it, because they talk about like a war that happened in the past a lot.
I don't know. I don't know much about it, but I know what the game is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's basically it's a roguelike.
Yeah.
If people didn't know what Hades was.
Yeah.
But isometric style, you go through square rooms that have loads of different traps and stuff, and then you can go off branching paths to find either power-ups like item shops or like story beats. And the map is not revealed to you at the beginning, so every room it might be randomly rolled, I don't know, because you have to cross you have to cross like a chasm bridge between each room.
Okay.
And the combat's really fun. All you do is press X for a normal attack. You can hold it for a charge attack. You've got this dice on your back, which is a little critter character. Whatever number he lands on when you throw him is how much like damage he does, like times 10. So if you throw a 1, you do 10 damage, and 6, you do 60.
Playing a lot of dice themed games.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just quite like the idea of dice.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a gambling man.
Like the concept of a 6-sided shape.
Yes, I am all for the cube and hexagons. But yeah, I've really been enjoying that. I've spent a lot of time on it actually, because it works really well when you stream it to your phone, because it's not too graphically intense.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I can stream from my Xbox to my phone with what's it called? Game Pass Cloud or xCloud, whatever it's called.
xCloud. How does that work from responsiveness? Because obviously, usually roguelikes are very like sort of twitchy games.
There's only been like 1 or 2 moments where I've missed a dodge.
Okay.
I was putting that down to my Xbox controller being quite old now.
Yeah.
Because the one I use for my phone is not the one I use on my console.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough. I mean, xCloud's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well,
is
I actually
cloud,
downloaded
or
a
are you just
different
remoting?
app called Better xCloud, which it does run a lot smoother than the one that Xbox provides, because that's just an in-browser thing. This is an actual app, APK, that you can download.
Cool.
It does exactly the same stuff. It has all your accounts and stuff, so you've got all your saves and your achievements and what have you.
It's so funny that people can just make better things than Microsoft.
Oh, I know. Well, it used to have a really good one, and then they said, we want to put all our stuff in one place, but the one place is browser-based, so you have to go through another layer for it to work.
Yeah.
Rather than just linking directly to their servers.
To be fair, I think Sony's streaming's pretty awful, but
it's not great.
Someone's made their own version of that.
That's
better, But I think I want to say you have to pay for the app or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
It'd be worth it if it's better though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like a one-time purchase sort of thing.
But I did notice substantially less lag from the newer app than the other one. I still don't think I could play stuff like Forza on it, because that needs like pinpoint accuracy.
See, I would say from my experience with roguelikes and with driving games that the roguelikes would need the more millisecond precise timing.
For dodges,
faster input.
The dodge is quite forgiving. It sends you quite a distance. It's not just like a hop to the side.
I'm thinking
you can
of
go
like
through
Hades.
Projectiles and stuff with it.
Yeah, because Hades is so fast. I wouldn't want to play that streaming, but Forza, I imagine, would be easier.
This game, it did take me forever to get past the first boss, though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It took me like 5 hours of just like hitting my head against the wall, because every time you die, you go back to this home base area where you can upgrade yourself with things you found in the environment.
But now you'll beat that boss like every time.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But the second boss then stumped me for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it always happens.
You have to upgrade yourself to be able to do enough damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But each time you fail, like story beats happen, you find little trinkets in the overworld which tell you more about your past, because you awake with no memory.
Yeah.
And you don't know why you're in this world. And it tells you about a war that happened, and like you lost your sister, and all these. The army is called Sixers because they're all wearing 6-sided die shirts, which is pretty cool.
But I like
the bosses are pretty imaginative as well. The first one, the reason it took me so long is because it's random.
Okay.
It's like two twins that are like your cousins in the game, but they have magical suits of armor which can be 3 different things, but they attack you in pairs. So there's loads of different combinations of which 2 you'll have to fight at the same time.
Yeah.
You have to learn like 6 different moveset combinations to get past the first boss.
I mean, Hades can be like that because there's like, I think it's like I think I've got Harpy Sister in my head, but that's YuGiOh. It's like a something sister or something like that. It's the
Sirens?
first boss. I can't remember. It's been ages since I played it, but there's like 4 of them.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think it's always the same one until you beat it once, and then it changes every time. So that's quite hard. But what it sounds like with this one, it sounds like there's more meta progression, because it's the one thing that obviously everyone loves Hades, but the one thing that frustrated me is I never felt that much sense of progression outside of runs. There was a bit, but I like games like this where you do the first world multiple times. You can't do it because you're, say, under-leveled, but then by the end you've leveled up to the point you fly through it and everything gets one-shotted, because it makes those first areas not feel tedious. Because in a roguelike, you get to the end, say you've been playing the game for 10 hours and now runs take you half an hour or something to get to the end. It's frustrating when that first section still is slow. I'm like, I just want to breeze through the beginning. I've seen it now. I've done it. I just want to feel powerful. The only time that happens
in this game is when you've gone the wrong way on the map, because it's randomly generated every time. Like you could be like 2 areas away from the next exit, but you will never know, because some of the areas have a one-way ticket through, so you can't go back the other way, and that'll be the area you need to get to. So you have to take a long winding set of areas to get to it, but you don't know how many of them are going to be enemy rooms, mini boss rooms, or a shop.
And there's always that element of like luck as well. Returnal was massive for that, because you could land in the world, and you need to do those first areas because you've got your meta progression outside of the actual run, but then you've got your progression within the run. So you kind of want enemy rooms so that you can level up. Get your stuff to level up, but you don't want really hard enemy rooms where you use all your resources. So you kind of need to get a lucky roll where you get loads of easy enemy rooms where you can get loads of like currency that you need to level up and not use all your resources. So it always frustrates me, but I like it when there's loads of meta progression that kind of offsets all that.
It sounds like that does it as well.
Instead of leveling up in this, though, at the end of a room you get given a reward. Sometimes it's like it's called a coffer chest, which has a power up in it.
That's usually the case, isn't it?
You've got it's like a grid that you can put them in, and if you put 3 of the same type in a row, it boosts like that aspect of your character for that run. By like 50%. So you've got like your attacks, your dice rolls. You got these things called cards, which are like a mini super move, and you've got luck and conjuration. So if you put any 3 like power ups of them in a row, that'll get boosted, and then for the rest of the run, all those will do extra damage. Apart from luck, which is about evading things by chance. So you could get like 3 direct hits if you have high enough luck, and they won't do anything to you, which they're the hardest ones to find.
I can imagine.
But other than that, which I would highly recommend going to play, because it's low memory investment and low time investment if you don't like it. I've been playing back on my Dolphin emulator on my phone. Super Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door.
Nice.
Is that the one they've just remade?
Yes.
On Switch.
Obviously, you're playing the original.
And I've got to say, it's my preferred version of Expedition 33. Because it does have the direct inputs in combat. You can do dodges. You organize your team into which way they go first. It's just so much more simple.
So worse.
No, it's not worse.
Which makes it better.
I can imagine it's a lot easier.
So wrong. You're so wrong.
And the way you get around the environments is really imaginative as well. Like each dungeon so far, you find a way to alter the environment or alter yourself. So in a lot of the earlier levels, there's like bars and stuff you can't get through, but later on you get cursed by a demon in a chest, which allows you to turn sideways. Because you're paper, you can just slip through stuff.
That's cool.
That's nice.
I have heard it's
you can turn yourself into a paper plane to traverse through things, and the demon that curses is like, you'll be forever tortured into folding into a million things. And it's like, that sounds really helpful, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I can now cross that bridge.
I've heard a lot of good things, to be fair. I think it's the best Mario RPG to a lot of people.
I will say it's got a lot of adult humor in it. Like, I think it might be one of the last Marios that has adult jokes.
Yeah.
I think it was on GameCube, and I don't think anything after that. It mentions boobs in the game. It doesn't call them boobs, but like the main villain so far like keeps going eye boggled over Princess Peach, and it's not Bowser.
Okay.
And there's a scene where you play as Princess Peach, and to get to the next bit, you have to go and take a shower. It covers you up, like, and the room fills with steam.
Yeah.
But then you go out of it, and there's an AI system in the base that she's in, and she's like, "Oh, I've suddenly become interested in you. I will use you as a test subject." Because it's Princess Peach, dude.
Yeah.
Sauce. But yeah, really fun game. Go play it if you've got an emulator. I chose to play that because even on my new phone, some of the more graphically intense GameCube games stutter a bit. But this has no problems because it's paper.
Nice. I mean, there is the remake as well. I thought about getting it, to be fair.
Yeah, but that's money, man.
Yeah.
This is free.
Nintendo.
And that Nintendo is
Hotel
one of the
Nintendo.
I don't feel bad about screwing over,
Yes. Yeah.
given their recent practices.
Fair dues.
Yeah, I think that concludes the what we've been playing section. Do you want to take us away, Jake?
But Badoo, it's the news. So, we talked about it last time. We alluded to it. Capcom did a Capcom Spotlight.
Yeah, it was
That's what they called it.
Spotlight.
Showing off some Capcom games. Would you believe it?
Shocker.
So I think they started with Pragmata, and they kind of tried to explain how it's going to work with the little girl on your back. And she kind of you have to do like a little mini game on the side to like bring the shields down.
Yeah, so when it started, I thought, are they just showing the same trailer from
same
Summer Games Fest? But they basically showed that, reaffirmed the 2026 release date, and then they showed a bit of how the gameplay works. So it's third-person shooter.
It is very Dead
game.
Space, but a bit more actiony.
Yeah, but all the enemies have like really high armor level. It said in the trailer that you will struggle to beat them if they've got armor. So that tells me you still can.
Yeah.
But you'd struggle.
Just for future reference, I'm going to refer to it as the Rocket and Groot game.
The Rocket and Groot game. Okay.
I've heard it be referred to as 3D Mega Man as well.
Okay.
She has a gun arm.
Yeah. So
AI Dead Space. We're just gonna
they
can go forever.
So in order to remove the enemy's armor, you've got the little girl. She's called Diana, the AI android. She has like an ability to hack them, and that removes the armor. So in order to do that, you hack them, and it pops up with it was like an extra display, weren't it? Like an overlaid display. And it looked to me like those pipe mini games, but I don't think it's quite like that. I think you've got like a start point and an end point, and you have to like draw a line from the start to the end. In like squares.
It didn't really go into too much detail, but it showed them like unlocking the armor.
Yeah, basically. And that looks like you use a D-pad to do that, so you can still move around, and this window pops up, and use a D-pad to create this line.
And you have to be like dodging and stuff while this is happening.
So you have to,
crazy.
So it's probably going to be quite intense. But they said the longer the route you take from the start point to the core, the more damage you'll do, and the longer the armor will be exposed. So it's kind of like a risk reward thing. Do you want to just quickly shoot to the core and start shooting it, or do you want to take the long route and get more damage in? So look, I don't know how it's going to actually play in motion. I've heard people who have played it and they're a little bit mixed on it, and not sure how well it'll last for it's fun
for the whole game
first, but will it last for the whole game? So hopefully it will.
Especially as soon as your left thumb is occupied with the thumbstick. To then go into the D-pad is going to be really hard to like do your dodges.
You have to do like a bit at a time.
A claw grip.
Yeah, I wonder if you can do a bit at a time.
You probably will. Yeah, you probably have to. But it's interesting. It's different. I'm glad they're trying something unique and not just making it.
You can never judge it till you have a go, can you? When it's new like that, that's
I think if it didn't have that and it was just a third-person shooter, it would kind of be a bit like, what's this doing new?
Yeah.
Meh.
So
just meh.
Yeah. I'm glad they're trying something. Whether it works or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're trying something.
But they said you could play it at Gamescom 2 if anyone's
Yeah.
Gamescom 2?
Gamescom 2, what? So what was next?
So next was Street Fighter 6.
Yes.
It was just like a new
fighters.
New content for year 3, a bunch of new costumes and stuff. And is it Sagat? Is that what he's called?
Was he not been in the original?
He's now not in the original release. No, he's coming.
Oh, wow.
in year 3. So
wasn't
he's
he
like one of the OG
I thought
fighters?
I thought it was main characters territory. That
he's
coming.
Sagat.
Weird.
Yeah.
Not Sanjeet. That's a different guy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
But
Sagat's like the big Russian guy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but
I think in Street Fighter, like lately, has been replaced by the woman version of him.
Oh, okay.
His hair looks like a helmet.
Yeah.
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 Funny.
I've not kept up with him, so I wouldn't
the muscle
know.
mommy.
So it was just a brief section on Street Fighter.
Yeah, and I know they did a brief thing on what's it called?
Path of the Goddess.
Path of the Goddess.
Zenitsugami. So that was the next thing they showed.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's on Switch 2. I don't think it was coming to Switch 2. I think it's on Switch 2, they said.
Yes.
And then it was a little bit of an advert for the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Capcom were a bit like that.
There's a bit of of free new content, basically.
Yeah. So the first announcement was it was on Switch 2. Then it was a bit of like an advert. And then it was discussing a new mode. So they've introduced like a wave-based, how long can you survive against
that's
waves
cool.
of
I
enemies.
wanted that from the game when I was first playing it. It's quite
So-
cool.
Oh, you played it, didn't you, Joe?
Yeah. Really great concept of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard people
I
who've
just wish
played
it got more traction.
I tried it. I never got on with it because I just found the combat a bit too basic.
It's more about your preparations than your
Yeah.
physical.
I can imagine.
interaction.
Because I wanted more of the physical.
It seems more
Yeah.
strategic.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
But people did enjoy it, and it seems to have done well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely.
new content is always good. And then they just did the typical Capcom, all our games are on sale,
Yeah.
buy our games section. Fine.
Yeah.
I feel like most people watching the Spotlight probably own most of the games.
Yeah.
But there was also a few sections in there about some upcoming games, I think. Again, just a bit like a sizzle reel of some upcoming games. Then they did the Resident Evil section.
They did.
Yeah. It didn't really show much, to be honest.
Now, it looks at the things that, because I watched this bit,
Yeah.
it did look spooky. I mean, it looked very
It
dark.
looked very good. I was hoping to see the extended gameplay like trailer that people were shown at Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
But it was kind of just like short clips from
They
that.
just showed like the cutscene parts.
It weren't even just a cutscene. It was like little bits of
clips,
gameplay, but it was literally just walking down a corridor for like 5 seconds, and that would be it.
That was a dark corridor.
yeah.
When she turned around and then you looked down it and you could see something move in the darkness, and I was like, no.
Not for me.
Let's face it,
No.
nothing's going to top Death Stranding's 2's trailer, is it? The thing that we showed.
The Office.
Just The Office.
The Office
Great.
talking.
They did say something that I thought was very interesting about Leon, though.
Yes. So obviously everyone assumed Leon was going to be the main protagonist, and they did actually say he was originally considered to be the main protagonist in this game. However, they decided early on that Leon wouldn't. They wanted to make a horror game, and having Leon as the main character wouldn't make for a very good horror game because
He's been there and done it.
he's been there and done it. Yeah. So like where
said, like,
does make sense.
I think they said if a bucket fell off somewhere, Leon wouldn't jump,
whereas
this
would.
this new character would.
Yeah.
Be scared.
You'd go like, "Ooh, Home Depot."
So it makes sense. Now that still doesn't confirm whether or not Leon does.
Well, I think it's very interesting that they brought it up
Yeah.
because to me it was probably trying to quell rumors that it was going to be playable.
I think that was the point in 7 when they brought in I forgot his name. Oh
Chris.
my god, call me
Chris.
a fan. No, 7. The guy gets his hand chopped off. The main character, Ethan. There we go. I forgot his name for a minute. Sorry.
So just because Chris does come into it, so that's what I thought.
No, I think that was the point in bringing Ethan in 7 because at this point the characters are so used to what's going on. There's always a disaster. There's always a
they're all like hardened veterans at this point.
Yeah.
So it's hard to use any of those. But
This is Capcom. We know they'll bring him as an update later on where you can change the skin of the main character to be
probably. I think he will still be in the game. If they were considering him as the main protagonist, he must be involved in the story somehow.
Well,
So
it
I
did
think
say it
Leon
was.
will be in.
It said it
Sagat
was.
skin.
Yeah.
It did say it was set 30 years after the nuke, something.
Something
be
like
old.
that, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think they said he'd be 56 or something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe he will be playable, and he won't be as quick, and he won't be able to
it'll be
do his
slow.
roundhouse kick.
Oh, my back. Yeah, he tries to do a roundhouse kick.
It's a roundhouse crick.
Yeah. But back to the showcase, like it was
Wonder
a
if he
lot.
still crashes vehicles. That's his skill, isn't it, Leon?
No, they took away his licenses too.
Every single game that he's been in, he's crashed at least
As
2
a-
vehicles. At
It's
least
one of those
2.
a mining cart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. He's crashed a helicopter. You name it, he's crashed them.
So it was the showcase was mainly just like talking about Resident Evil. That's why I was a little bit disappointed in the showing, but the odd little bits of gameplay did look good. It showed the third and the first person mode, but it didn't show enough for me to get a feel for like
Which one you'd prefer?
Yeah, I want like a 10-minute gameplay deep dive, 5 minutes on each.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
and we'll
but-
probably get that soon, to be honest.
No,
but,
it's too soon, though, isn't it?
well, it comes out
They won't.
in a few months.
Well,
Yeah,
February.
they'll do it right before
months.
it, though, won't they?
Yeah, I think they'll do
go,
it like.
by the way, guys, this is out in the shop now.
Yeah,
There'll probably,
Yeah.
there'll
Back end
probably
of the
be a
year.
demo as well, because it has been for the last few.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, I enjoyed my first sort of better look at it, but I was hoping to see a bit more. But hopefully we will soon.
Definitely.
And then they rounded out with Monster Hunter Wild.
Yeah, they did.
I was hoping that Joe would say that, and then he could sort of take this.
I was about to go fuming because I thought you were moving on to the next section. It's like, whoa,
you
guys.
should have done.
What about that?
You should have
One
done.
thing I want to mention about Monster Hunter before you do all the rest, Joe, was the collaboration with Fender.
Oh, yeah. That's a real guitar.
I
in real
know.
life.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
The
Telecaster?
Rathalos Telecaster.
Yeah. So it's a Monster Hunter Telecaster.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I think it's just a paint job and like a different pick guard, but it looks
It
really
looked nice. I mean, I have a Telecaster. I love my Telecaster. It plays really nice. So, and this would look like a really cool one.
Yeah.
And they were doing all like the mocap where someone was playing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and it
that's
plays the Monster Hunter theme tune on
Yeah.
like electric guitar when you do the emote.
It did make me laugh when it showed the like behind the scenes of the guy in mocap playing this guitar,
Mm.
and then there was someone else with him showing him how to play guitar. They weren't playing a Fender,
Yeah.
and they like sticking up the headstock so you couldn't see. But it was like a Les Paul shape, and I'm pretty sure Fender don't do a Les Paul style guitar.
No, they do not.
No. So yeah, that made me laugh. But yeah, take us away, Joe.
Yeah, so the update's actually out now. I was going to put it in what I've been playing.
Yes, I was
But,
surprised when
it'll
you
be
said you
quite
haven't
long.
been playing Monster
No, I
Hunter.
knew we were going to do this as part of the
Okay.
news
Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
talked about it like off pod. Love that term, off pod.
Off bad.
But they've brought back 2 monsters from previous games. One of which was supposed to be in Monster Hunter World, but they couldn't get the skeleton of it right for the animations, and there was not enough water. 5 out of 7. For it to do its thing, because it is a underwater monster. It's from Monster Hunter Tri. It's called Lagiacrus, which we now have an official pronunciation for because everyone's been calling it.
I was
Loads
reading
of-
it and I was like, I hope Joe takes over this segment because I cannot pronounce any of these monsters.
Yeah,
The only
over
other person
time,
that can
I've-
bluff through
I've
it
been playing
because, can't
Everyone's
read,
been like,
so.
Lagiacrus, Lagiacrus, all sorts of things. Lagacruz. There's all
That's
sorts
something
of
else.
pronunciations. I know. It's still on the water though.
It's-
But yeah, they've basically revamped his whole fight from Monster Hunter Tri, which was on the Wii, which was one of the hardest games to play because you waggled the Wiimote to attack.
Oh,
wow.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's such a love letter to the original monster. It's the perfect update to this guy.
nice.
The other one they brought back was called Seregios, which is like a wyvern made of bladed scales, which you can fire at you.
Oh,
And
nice.
he attacks like a mixture of a hawk and an owl. Like he'll do dives at you and grab you and throw you around. He's from Monster Hunter 4, which I played on 3DS when it came out. And that was one of my best university experiences on Monster Hunter because that's when it came out.
Nice.
We used to go around people's houses and we'll connect all of our 3DSs up to the internet and be like, let's do a 4-player hunt now on local. When you can do local co-op.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. And also great fight. I've not fought him nearly as much as Lagiacrus because it's the it's not my favorite monster, but Lagiacrus was like one of the best ones back in the day.
Nice.
And they've upped the difficulty, which I'm glad about, because loads of people were saying, "Oh, this monster hunter is too easy." People are getting absolutely bodied by the basic version of this monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On both of them, there's a tempered version, which is even more difficult. Like you can get two hit by a lot of their attacks if you don't know how to dance around them.
Well, at least they're listening about stuff. So
definitely. There was also a bunch of new items. I mean, I did kind of watch this at 2 times speed because a lot of it was going over my head. But from what I can make out, there's layered weapons.
Yes, that's something that everyone asks about as soon as the game comes out, but they always hold it back for either the Master Rank game update, which is like the 0.5 of the game they release a couple of years later, like Iceborne did for World.
Yeah.
Usually save it till then, but I'm glad they brought it out now because the meta is these weapons that you make yourself called Arching weapons, and they're so ugly. Yeah. They're just like a green chunk of metal on your back.
So what is layered weapon just like transmog?
Yes, transmog for your weapons. Because they put it in for your armor from the start of the game, which was also like new because they don't usually save that for the 0.5 update. But I'm glad they've put all this in before that extra bit of DLC comes out, because then they can focus solely on content for that.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, oh, well, we've got to make new weapon sets, new armor sets or whatever. But now it's just, if you forge your weapon all the way up to the end of its tree, you can put that skin on any weapon.
Cool.
As long as it's the same weapon type.
It also looked like there was new armor as well, but it was like a sizzle reel of armor pieces, so I can't tell if they were new or...
It's basically just from the new monsters.
I was just going to say.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. And that was everything I had on my list.
Nice one. So that was the Capcom Spotlight. So unfortunately, the rest of the news
is sad.
Is pretty grim.
Well, before we get on to the grim stuff, and it's kind of off the back of the Capcom thing, it wasn't shown at the Capcom Spotlight, but something else Capcom did later. They announced there is going to be a new Resident Evil game coming to mobile. But we don't know what it is.
Oh, fair enough.
They've said it'll be shown on the 10th of July. So by the time this goes out, we will. So it's Tales of business. As soon as we get on, like, sort of on some new information from Capcom, they'll do something else that we'll be behind on. So
I have a prediction about this game. It's going to be like Pokemon Go, but instead of trying to catch the zombies, you're trying to escape the zombies.
You just throw your phone and run away.
Yeah. There has been a mobile game that's basically Google Maps, but it puts dots all over it for where the zombie populations are, and you're meant to like avoid them for as long as you can. And over time, it like builds up and up and up. And
that's
then
cool.
You post your best time online.
Yeah. Why aren't you coming into work, Joe?
I'm escaping.
That's cool. I don't know what this will be. My prediction:
turn-based.
I was thinking tactics, but I don't know why. Nothing points me towards that. It'll probably, apparently, it's going to be made for fans of the game. So it'll probably have.
I know. It's just going to.
That sounds silly.
I hate Resident Evil.
It sounds silly, but I mean in the sense that like
side games can be thrown out to try and hook other people in, can't they?
Yeah, and especially on different platforms like mobile. So the fact that they're wanting fans of Resident Evil to play it, maybe it's going to have some sort of good element.
Do the annoying part when they put really crucial lore in it so that you have to play it.
Yes. So,
but I don't like this kind of game.
We'll see.
Don't get into Kingdom Hearts with that. Jesus Christ.
I remember. So we'll see.
So anyway, let's get to the bad news, guys.
What we're doing, talking about new games and upcoming excitement.
So this is when we do get the violins out.
Yeah.
Xbox, what you doing? So there's been
doing so well,
and there have been mass layoffs at Xbox, including studio shutdowns, cancellations of ongoing games. So one of those games being the Perfect Dark reboot that we got shown last year.
It was shown. Yeah, it was last year. That whole studio has been shut down.
I must say, that Perfect Dark trailer, I was a bit suspicious.
I don't think it was real.
Yeah,
I don't think it's come out. I don't think it come out and said it was fake. But I've seen a lot of people saying that now. So I'm a bit like, has that been confirmed? I doubt it.
Yeah.
It probably will get confirmed at some point. But...
Well, I assumed it wasn't 100% accurate gameplay because it looked like a cutscene.
Yeah,
but there was bits where it was pretending to be gameplay.
Yeah, it was definitely pretending to be gameplay bits. But that's not all. I think.
What's the studio called?
Rare.
The Initiative.
The Initiative. Yeah. So the Initiative got.
So the Initiative's been shut down. That's one of Xbox's they made it up themselves to make the Perfect Dark.
So that's a really disappointing.
Reboot. Yeah. They've also, so you spoke about Rare there, Joe.
Yeah.
Rare were making
Everwild,
and it's been a long time. I mean, we haven't heard anything about that for years.
I don't even know what this is.
They've shut it down, so that's not happening anymore. I think the founder of Rare has left.
Yeah,
because I don't know if it's because of this. It must be.
They've let go of. Is it 50% of Turn 10 Studios?
Yeah.
So they're the makers of the Forza Motorsports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Playground Games, who do Forza Horizon and Fable. Yeah. Turn 10 just do Motorsport.
The Elder Scrolls Online people, I think they've been ZeniMax. They've been cut down not too much, but their game outside of Elder Scrolls Online
they were working on a new game, which apparently was getting really good feedback.
Yeah,
like I've seen like behind the scenes like snippets, like I think it was Matt Booty or something had to cut short a hands-on session with it because no one was like getting off it. And they needed to continue with the meeting. So obviously it sounds like it was a good game and it is being well received behind the scenes, but that's cancelled.
It all screams to me like mismanagement and let's play it safe.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of reasons why this could be that we can speculate on. But I think it does just come down to mismanagement, and we've heard it with when they did all the layoffs. Was it last year with Tango?
Yeah.
And what the guys who did Redfall?
Why can't I think of the name?
Arcane. Yeah. Where Phil Spencer came out and said that they tried the approach of basically giving people too much freedom and just sort of here's some money, do what you want. And they said then that didn't work and they need to change their approach. And I feel like this might just be more like the continuation of that, because these studios will have been given loads of money and loads of time years ago.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not quite as far ahead as Xbox wanted them to be, but because Xbox hasn't been like managing them.
But if you don't let that project go through to the end, you've just lost the money.
Yeah, but sometimes you
can't regain any of it back.
Let's say they're 5 years, 6 years into development and they've already spent 200 million, and like, well, we're not finished yet, we've still got another 3 or 4 years left. Xbox is seeing that as another, say, 200 million that you have to spend, and the return on investment is maybe going to be 100 million, so that extra spends ain't going to be worth it. Or I don't know, business going to business.
But I just think it gets me so mad. It gets me so angry.
Yeah,
it's because all I can think is it's like CEOs and shareholders going, we're not making enough money.
They're making record
Where's
profits.
my dividends?
I know. The line isn't going up enough.
Yeah, they are making record
and
profits.
It's not like they're losing money. They are still making record profits. So
my brain goes to, let's get the spreadsheets out and make new games.
And to be fair, Rare's thing's been closed down because they just want them to carry on with Sea of Thieves. Elder Scrolls Online, what they called, sorry? ZeniMax. They just want them to carry on with Elder Scrolls Online.
Safe bets.
Safe bet. They're closing down studios that haven't released the game yet.
But the thing is, those are revenue streams. Like Sea of Thieves and Elder Scrolls Online, they'll make money whether people are working on them or not.
At this point, how many seasons of these games have there been? Surely the player base isn't nearly as big.
There's been no more updates on Destiny 2, and they're still making money.
Yeah,
Sea of Thieves has had its shake because it went to PlayStation, so they're probably probably haven't had a second surgence of it.
They are doing more with Destiny 2, by the way, Joe.
Oh, I thought they said they'd had the final.
They said that, and now there's more DLC coming out. An expansion.
Okay.
But like Sea of Thieves was a new IP when it came out.
Yeah.
And now they wanted to continue with it. But what about the next IP? That could have been another new IP. And maybe they could have retired Sea of Thieves.
Buying it when they see it work.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to me like they've bought all these studios as well, and they just don't know what the hell to do with them.
No.
Maybe.
Because when they're going into these... I hate to compare him to Embracer Group, but at this point...
He's similar.
It's very similar.
That's exactly what Embracer Group did.
Buy a load of companies, sack a load of people.
Well,
don't bring out...
The only difference here is that Microsoft already had a gaming wing, as Embracer Group is just a guy with a wallet.
Not even his wallet. He was spending other people's money hoping to get the investment. It was,
It's just sad on all
It's
fronts.
really disappointing. They need to really put their ideas up because this has not gone well. This has not gone down well with anyone. Of course it hasn't. But like even the diehard Xbox community now are like, this has kind of got to be the final straw. Like we've defended you through thick and thin, and now it's like actually embarrassing. And then you've got like PlayStation on the other side, who are like, yeah, we're doing fine. What we're doing is working.
They're shutting down games that people have been waiting for forever.
Yeah, they are still shutting, but they're shutting down a lot of live service. Their live service bet messed up, and there's a lot of games within that have messed up, and obviously there's disappointments there. But they are coming out and saying like, what we're doing with not putting our first party games on PlayStation Plus straight away and trying to get money out of sales and stuff. They are saying that that's working. And so far, I think the evidence seems a bit.
I mean, they've obviously made mass mistakes.
Of course,
in the last year, very much the same, and they've had closures too.
Yeah,
not as many.
Yeah,
but at least, hopefully, touch wood, we'll find out next week that they're making 6 more live service games.
Yeah. Hopefully, they've learned the lesson.
Hopefully, they've learned the lesson. I hope Xbox. I would have liked Xbox to have learned the lesson from last year's layoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
But to not.
You'd think that Xbox is in the safest position of all, considering it doesn't need people to buy its hardware anymore. It doesn't need people to even buy its games anymore. It has millions of people.
Yeah.
It's just whether or not Game Pass is making them the money they need it to.
I think it is.
Well, it is. Apparently it is.
Yeah, because it's not just on Xbox, it's on PC and phone. And
I think
anyone can play an Xbox game now.
I think it's making them the money.
Console.
The only thing I've heard...
This is an Xbox.
Yeah.
This is an Xbox.
The only thing I've sort of heard is like third-party people kind of don't want to bring the games to Xbox unless it's coming to Game Pass. It's almost pointless.
Yeah.
Unless you're a big, massive AAA studio anyway. But if you're like an indie dev or a AA, I mean, Expedition 33 has just come out on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Maybe they were thinking, well, it needs to be on Game Pass or no one's going to give it a go.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think the thing with Game Pass, has it reached saturation? Are they getting any more subscribers, or are they on the same level of subscribers that they were?
I think it's obviously like the line isn't going up as much. It's like crescendoing. Is that the right word? I don't. But it's still going up. It's still going up.
See, that's not the reports I'm reading and stuff. Kind of imply that it's hit market saturation. Everyone who's going to have Game Pass has Game Pass.
Yeah.
For the most part,
they're still going to make them. Still going to make them money.
Still got to make money,
billions of dollars worth of revenue.
But they can't be investing more money.
Yeah,
like annually. Because that just becomes a loss.
Yeah.
If they invest more money and they're not getting any more back.
But what do they really, I mean, other than just making the games, what more can they even add to Game Pass anyway?
Well, they have said that all the games from that last showcase are safe. They have come out and said that. Safe for now.
It's sad that they have to say that.
But yeah,
I know.
Say that.
What I don't understand is why they have to take games off Game Pass once they're on there.
Because when Microsoft pay money to a studio to get
it's almost like renting, isn't it?
It's it's a time-based thing. We want your game for a year or whatever.
I also view it as they do a bait and switch, like they do with the GTAs regularly. They put it online on for a bit, get people doing it, and then drop it off Game Pass so they buy the game.
Sometimes, yeah, definitely. Certain games, they're all worth different amounts as well. So like a GTA will cost them quite a lot to get on Game Pass. So they'll put it on. Right. Yeah, they'll buy it for a couple months or whatever. And then they'll just naturally come off. Yeah, It'd be interesting to see. I want to know. I want them to be well transparent with that, because I want them to say this game has a month left.
This shelf life.
This game has a year left.
Yeah,
if you subscribe to Xbox newsletter, they do say this game's coming off next month.
Yeah, but sometimes if a game's a big game,
like Brad said, it would be really cool because you don't know if you're going to commit to it or not. Yeah. If it's only on there for a month, am I going to get it finished? Because we all work, we all have a life.
Exactly.
PlayStation.
They're both the same. Yeah, they're both the same. I want to know, does this game have a year left? Like,
from our point of view, it would be really good, but from their point of view, I guess it would work negatively.
There's a few games I want to play on there, and I've not played them yet, and I'm like, when do I play them? Because what if by the time I get around to them, they've come off?
That's happened to me twice, actually.
Yeah.
I've downloaded games and thought, I'll play that next week. But I downloaded it the week before it came off.
Yeah.
So when I go to play, it goes, you don't own this game. I'm like, well, no, I just downloaded it off Game Pass. I was like, well, that's $11.99, please. What?
I have noticed when I'm booting games up now from Game Pass, it always comes up with like a splash screen.
Yes, you can turn that off.
You can turn it off, okay, because you never used to. It's a splash screen that says, play with Game Pass or buy.
Yeah.
Oh, we need to get that. I need to turn that off too. I didn't realize you could. That's very frustrating. We were talking about it the other day.
Gaming hubs, you can turn it off.
Gaming hubs, nice. Cheers, Joe.
Yeah. But yeah, there's probably not much more to say on that. It's just it sucks, and I think everyone loves Phil Spencer, as a character, but it seems like they need new management.
To me, I don't even know if it's necessarily him. I think you can tell it's coming from above him.
Yeah.
And he's getting the face of it.
Some sort of management needs to be shaken up.
100%.
It'd be nice if we had some transparency on who is making these decisions.
At least at PlayStation, Jim Ryan was sort of forced out, and then, well, we say they said he retired, but I'm pretty certain he was forced out.
Yeah.
And then, what was he called? Herman Holst got demoted almost.
Kind of,
for all the live service stuff.
Yeah, it was a temporary promotion and demotion. It was a weird thing. Yeah,
there needs to be something, because at this point you're like, you've fired all the people who are making your games, all your creativity, but nothing's happening to management.
I want to see the management say we're taking a massive pay cut, so that we can keep these studios alive.
And Iwata from Nintendo.
Yeah. That's what they do, and it obviously works.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the problem lies even beyond that. It's the American laws about shareholder protections that need to be changed. Probably. Like if you are investing in a company, you are gambling. There shouldn't be a law that says you are not allowed to lose money. Yeah,
100%. I mean,
because if a company deliberately does something that might lose shareholders' money, that's illegal.
In
America.
100%.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But,
really. Never want to hear about games getting cancelled. But
no.
Alas.
Yeah, it's a shame, because I think like Perfect Dark, it was one of their quadruple A games. It was one of their big heavy hitters that they kept going on about. I don't think there was enough buzz for the amount of money it was probably going to cost.
Yeah.
But it's still a shame to see it, And
it would have come straight to Game Pass.
Yeah. Well.
Oh well. Just to carry on with the bad news. I
thought it was over.
Yeah. If anybody played Outriders, I know me, Brad, and Joe did.
Oh, what a great game that was.
Loved Outriders.
Apparently, Outriders 2 has been cancelled. It was apparently nearly ready.
Yeah.
But got cancelled.
So Outriders was like the best 7 out of 10 game, because it was rough around the edges. It may be even an 8, but it was very rough around the edges.
Yes.
It was the stuff that was good in it was so good.
Really good.
And
the story was great.
His story was fine.
I didn't like the story.
Terrible, but it was very cheesy, cliche.
This is why we play Bethesda games. Rough around the edges. But great.
It has heart.
Yeah.
That's some cool concepts.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed Outriders, and I was secretly hoping they were going to do.
I would hope a second one could fix a lot of the issues with the first one.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people have said. Now they cancelled 2 games. People Can Fly.
Yeah,
they developers who are working on. I think they're working on a game for PlayStation. I can't remember if that one was cancelled. And then they're working on helping Gears of War E-Day.
Yeah,
they're the team that did Gears Judgment.
Yes.
So they cancelled these 2 games, and one turned out to be Outriders 2, which, as Jake said, apparently was nearly finished. So that's even more of a stinger. Now, maybe there's chance they'll come back with a bit of hope.
I'm a bit skeptical.
Hopefully, if they can hopefully give the rest of the thing. But anyway, there's a bit of a weird story behind it, from what I can understand and what I've read, is that they were developing it with a publisher, which I'm going to assume is Square Enix, because they published Outriders 1.
Yes.
But they've not said who. And essentially they couldn't get a commitment from the publisher. So they were basically building this game, by the sounds of it, out of their own pocket. And it got to the point where they couldn't afford it and the publisher wouldn't commit. So they've had to cancel it through lack of publisher funding. Essentially, the publisher never said no and cancelled funding, but they couldn't get any sort of concrete commitment, and then they had to fire loads of staff. And it was one of the only layoff announcement JPEGs where I read it, and I was like, actually, that sounds like someone who really cares, and it's not just like an AI generated thing. They're like,
we're sorry,
genuinely like heartfelt thing, saying they do not want to have to do this. They basically, the hand has been forced by forces outside of their control.
Yeah.
But it was actually quite like
I'm a little skeptical on it was nearly ready.
Yeah, it probably wasn't.
There was no trailer for it. There was
But again,
I think it's probably nearly ready in terms of gameplay, but like the servers and stuff will probably not built.
But if you've not got a publisher, you've not got a marketing budget. So maybe another publisher can come in and help. When Tango Gameworks got shut down, everyone thought all hope is lost, and then now they're doing.
I mean, to go back to the Xbox thing, I don't want to. I think just everybody's playing it safe, and I don't think that's the way forward.
No.
I think you've got to take risks. I mean, keep bringing up Expedition, but AA Studio, 33 people, it's made so much money. I mean, even, I was watching Skillup's video on it, which is like an hour long.
Hour and a half, yeah.
And when he brought up the fact that the Oblivion remake came out the same week that came out, and it was shadow dropped, and they were both coming to Game Pass, and Xbox was like funding a bit of Expedition, you would be like, what the
hell are you doing?
What the hell are you doing? Like, you bring out some remake that everybody's been clamoring for the same week as some other RPGs coming out.
Yeah, it's like Xbox tried to bury it for some reason. They just shot himself in the foot.
So like, playing it safe.
Everyone went to Expedition rather than the Oblivion remake.
Yeah.
They're playing it safe and then at the same time making stupid decisions like that. Yeah. So moving on, I think we already knew this, but Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2 is happening.
It is.
They did a post basically this morning as we're recording the podcast.
I think they'd already announced that it was happening, but this was like a bit more information. I think it's entered production. I'm assuming that means full production, not pre-production. So it's probably still a couple of years out. They said it's 10 episodes, so obviously they've got some sort of storyboard done. Whole new story. Edgerunners is the anime, by the way, for anyone who didn't know.
Yes. Yeah. Is it still being rolled by Netflix?
I assume so.
Oh, good point. I don't know.
Because they paid for the original one to be made, didn't they?
I assume so, as you say, it's Edgerunners, otherwise it would probably be called something else. But,
I'm really hoping it's a prequel to the game.
Yeah.
Like where it shows like what happened before Johnny Silverhand like went on that mission.
Well,
I hope it has some core character.
Yeah, the Edgerunners 1 was a prequel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was after the corporate war. It was only like 7 years before 2077.
I want to see some corporate war stuff, but I don't think we're going to see Johnny Silverhand or anything like that.
No.
I think they're going to say, I think that's like...
Well, they'll save Morgan Blackhand till Orion, I think. Because I think Mike Pondsmith has said that he will turn up eventually in the games.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy who invented Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Mike Pondsmith.
Blackhand, sorry.
That's his character in the game. But he's the guy whose memories are mixed up with Johnny Silverhand's in Cyberpunk 2077.
I don't even remember that being a thing. I must have just completely missed that.
Well, you don't. It's not explicitly mentioned. It's in like loads of little data cards that you find, but you see that Johnny Silverhand gets killed like 2 different times in the same heist.
Yes, okay. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because he gets shot by Adam Smasher in the head.
Yeah.
And then you see him strapped to a chair, like being interrogated.
Yeah.
Which can't both have happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Cool. I didn't know that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. But that's it for the news.
Yeah. It's actually quite a long news section. Way longer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
There's a lot more shown like Capcom Spotlight than I remembered.
Yeah.
I only wanted to remember one thing.
Of course.
You skipped to the end.
Yeah. I was like, I need to know.
Socials?
Oh, shit, yeah. I forgot I was the host for a minute. The news is Jake's section. So for everyone already listening, you've already found us. But you can share where to find us with other people and tell them to come to our Discord, which is on all of our social medias. There's a link on every page. There's got a Blue Sky one. There's a Reddit. Is there a Reddit one? I think there's a Reddit one.
I don't think
there's a Facebook
so.
one. There's a what's that Elon Musk garbage pile called?
X.
That's the one. All of those good things.
Yeah. Or not
Discord
so
is the
good
place
things.
to discuss anything with us. We're always open with our chat members. We talk about all things gaming, share things we've made, talk about the backlog games. You can play along with us. We do spin the wheel for the community backlog games, so you can always submit your ideas for us to play a game and talk about.
Good crack, they would say.
Yeah, it's good crack.
Yeah.
And lately we've been getting more and more members, so the chat is more diverse than ever.
Yeah, it's really good on there. I wanted to bring up one thing, actually. So we did say we were going to do more community backlog games. So technically, the next game would be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do something a bit different. I think we spin the wheel for one of them, but for the other one, we do a vote on Discord.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
good idea.
I think I'll do that for this next one coming up. So look out for that. If you're already in the Discord, look out for it. If you're not and you want to vote, join our Discord.
Feel free to pledge the game as well. You know.
Yes, and come up with a game as well. Yeah.
And join in with the game soundtrack competition we have constantly running.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we allowed to vote on that?
Yes.
No,
the
backlog game.
Oh, okay.
We'll put that in the Discord. We'll ask. We'll ask.
Because that'd be all four of us get together.
Yeah.
This one.
Everyone can, apart from Brad, because we know what he won't play.
Yes.
Don't know what you're on about.
But yeah, the greatest thing you can do to support us is tell a friend about us and introduce them to our world of gaming.
Or send money to account number 25.
Beep. And with that, I think we should move on to Brad.
Special segment.
This time, it's been a long time since we've done a special segment that's not based on anything newsy.
Yeah.
Or releasey. I think we should talk about the preservation of games.
Yes.
We've touched on it before, but there is some world shaking going on at the minute, isn't there?
Yes, there's new things afoot in the world of not letting games go.
Yeah.
So it is kind of news, I suppose, as well.
Yeah. There is a bit of background to this. So, YouTuber Accursed Farms, which is run by a guy called Ross Scott, he's set up a petition. It's an EU petition called Stop Killing Games.
Yes.
At the time of recording, I think it's surpassed its goal of 1 million signatures.
Oh, excellent.
Which is really good. As I say, it is an EU petition, so unfortunately we can't sign it because we're in the UK. Or Americans can't sign it. But even so, it's still been so popular among the gaming community. And what this petition is focused on, it's not so much the preservation of games, like games on the store. It's more surrounding games like online services, which are basically have a shelf life and a termination date. So the biggest example, I don't think it's necessarily the biggest example, but it's the one that caught the most traction, was The Crew 1 that Ubisoft developed.
Yes.
So eventually, after however many years of support, The Crew was literally just shut down, online servers turned off, which meant no one could play their game anymore.
Yeah.
So everyone who bought it just lost the game. I think that got taken to court, and they won. Not Ubisoft, the actual people filing the court claim won, and then Ubisoft was forced to essentially make like an offline client for the game. They're not they're not obligated to keep the servers online, but they're obligated to create some sort of offline component to these games,
which is good.
Which is very
should
good.
happen, definitely.
Yeah. So this petition is basically so that EU Parliament, or whatever we want to call it, like the lawmakers, look into this and make it an obligation for all developers who are creating an online game to have some sort of offline component or offline way to interact with that game, whether that is from launch or from when the servers are shut down. And that's the idea.
I think it's
what would be interesting to see out of this law is if a game is say if it has an offline story mode, but like 80% of the game is online, is that enough of the game?
That's what I was just going to say. It's a grey area on how much of an online game things can be.
Because that's happened to me twice.
That might be how
Xbox 360. I used to play Phantasy Star Universe a lot on Xbox 360. And it was like the MMO I've played the most in my life, even more than RuneScape. And the day the servers went down on that, it was like the hardest day of Xbox I've faced. Like, so many people were on for the last day before the shutdown. It was almost like what they tried to do with Halo 2 to keep that going for like a year after it shut down the servers. I feel like if it's got a massive online component, which that did, the only thing offline was the story mode. All of your character creation, leveling, all of your in-game spending was only online. So once that was gone, you lost it all.
Yeah.
There have been efforts to restore it. There's this, I think I've mentioned it before, there's this band called Clementine that have made their own servers with the game on it. You can download a client for Windows to play the game, but you have to start all over again. You don't get to keep any of the stuff that was on your original servers. So you have to start from level 1. They do keep updating it, but every time they update it, it wipes. So you've got like a limited capacity of how long you can play it until eventually they'll stop updating it and they'll just leave it in its final form. It's taken them over like 10 years and it's still not at the state it was when the servers shut down eventually on Xbox.
Yeah, fan projects take a while.
Yeah. And like eventually it will get there and you'll be able to play it again, but it'll be locked to Windows machines only. You can't play it on your Xbox, you can't play it on your phone, you can't.
Yeah.
They are Windows machines.
Well, they are now,
yeah.
And the other time it happened to me was this game called Chrome Hounds, which is my favorite mech game that's ever been released because it was like grounded in realism.
Yeah.
The only component of that game you could play was the story if you didn't have internet connection. But there were so many things limited in the game. You couldn't create your own mechs. You had to use the ones the story gave you.
Yeah.
You couldn't interact with anyone in like a messaging way or anything. You had to be in the online server to do it. I think what they should do is once the servers for these games are shut down, they should make some peer-to-peer gameplay functionality rather than just having an offline component of the game, which they could get away with saying, oh, well, you've got the story to play.
So this all depends on obviously the wording of the legislation. Game developers, or less likely developers themselves, more likely the publishers, will probably try and find ways to cut costs and get around that.
Yeah.
They just don't want to pay for the servers anymore.
They don't want to pay for the servers. So peer-to-peer, maybe that's the way to do it. And the servers are offline, but you can't do peer-to-peer for like massively multiplayer stuff. So, let's think of recent examples like Space Marine. Space Marine 2. You could theoretically do peer-to-peer. It might even be peer-to-peer, you know what I mean, at the moment. But you can do peer-to-peer co-op. And then I think you can still do peer-to-peer matchmaking because it like basically picks someone to host.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as reliable as server. But that would theoretically be possible. But when it's something more like massively multiplayer, I don't know, where people can like drop in and drop out.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be stable enough.
Helldiver-esque.
They could run
Not
it
so
as
much
a mission
Helldivers,
thing, like where, like you say in Space Marine, like instead of having a grand central hub like a lot of MMOs do, they could do like a matchmaking, like who's on this level. You match people who are going on to that level.
Well, so have you ever been in games where you're online and then someone leaves and it pops up reconnecting?
You are now the leader. Yeah.
No, it'll just be like reconnecting to host or finding new host. I think it usually says. Yeah. So I think that's what happens when it's peer to peer. That would work, but that is obviously quite frustrating. But thinking of games like GTA Online, for example, where you've got like 36 people in a server or whatever it is, it wouldn't be ideal to do it like that. I don't think. Maybe have a component like that. But I think what this service is trying to sort of get is a version, say, of GTA Online that just isn't online.
It's just a free roam multiplayer without other people in it.
Yeah. So you can still play it by yourself and walk around and do all that. But the problem with the crew is, I think this is how Forza Horizon's done as well, that is where the single player is online. Also...
Yeah, it's kind of like Test Drive Unlimited used to be like that too.
Yeah, so when the server shut down, you can't access any of it. Whereas if there was no server...
But there's still like a story built in there. They really didn't have to shut that down.
No, they just basically need to be able to... servers are offline. You can't now connect to people. It's not a purely single player game.
Yeah.
That should be fine. Anthem, the servers are being shut down. I think they announced next year. Granted, not a lot of people playing Anthem.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to be able to pick it up, why shouldn't you be able to do peer-to-peer connection or just play it as a single-player game?
Yeah.
What is the thing you download? If something's server-based, what is the 60 gig or whatever that you download to your Xbox?
The game. So all the server's doing is handling the multiplayer, like, syncing. So what you're
Yeah.
thinking, what they're seeing.
Okay. I was assuming it was hosted on a server and your Xbox just communicates what your character's doing.
No, you're not. That'll be streaming the game.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're not doing that. You are playing the game locally on your hardware.
So the game is there.
The game is there. It's just you can't connect to each other. But this is the point of this. So
in that case, all they'd have
petition.
to do is put in a command line code that says you're connected.
Well, they'd have to just change.
But there's no other
change
traffic
it
that comes into it,
so it doesn't go off their server. It would.
It doesn't rely.
It would do locally to you, and then it just wouldn't connect to other people.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it would be a lot more simple than I thought it would be.
Well, there's probably loads of ways of doing it. Now, obviously, every game is different. Every way each game is coded is different. So you hear a lot of stories where, crossplay, for example, it's something that we take for granted now because so many games launch with it. But there's quite a lot of games that don't launch with it. And in order to get it in, it isn't that straightforward because of the way the code's been built. So like Elden Ring Night Rain doesn't have crossplay.
Yeah.
Rematch doesn't. They are trying to bring it in, but it doesn't yet because the way it's coded isn't that simple. So I imagine the same thing will happen with this, where there'll be some games where they just
Roadcraft does.
There'll be certain games where they coded in a certain way, so it's not that straightforward to just write one line of code to change it. But this should hopefully encourage game developers to write the code in a way so that they can.
I think that's it. If this legislation goes through, which hopefully it does, when people
forced to.
When people build the games, they'll just have to take this into consideration.
Yeah, and theoretically, it shouldn't cost it shouldn't cost the companies like any more money, or not a lot more money.
Surely they would write the code on building so that then once it's just a trigger.
Yeah. It would cost them quite a lot to go in and retroactively change these things. Like if the game shut down, like Ubisoft, and they get sued and they have to bring it back online, that costs Ubisoft money. Yeah. But if it was done in the first place and they didn't just shut everyone out, then it probably wouldn't. And then you're also keeping that game in a state where it can be purchased still.
Yeah.
And you're keeping it in a way that it could still earn revenue through like online in-game purchases.
Well, no,
I think still buy stuff from the store for your game.
I don't think so because I imagine, again, could be wrong, but I suspect once those online servers are shut down, the cash shop would also be shut down because you're not connecting the game online anymore.
No, I was thinking more like stuff in the Xbox store. Like, you can buy on your...
Well,
your
this is what I don't know because obviously the store will be separate, or you could have a separate store by running it through the Microsoft store, and that would be like buying a skin for a single-player game.
I think in that instance...
Maybe that still works.
You just have to unlock it all. I mean, I'm just thinking about Avengers for some reason.
Let's make it all free.
Didn't they just make it all free? When they shut down the...
I don't know.
When they stopped doing stuff, I'm sure they just made everything free. So you could just have it. Now you can just play it. But I think they did shut down the online element to it. But I don't think you can play with your friends on it. You just got all the free content.
And you just have to play it.
And
you can still play the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if that's the case, at least they've done something.
But it would be nice to still because that game was all about playing with your friends. It was a bit crap, but...
Yeah. But you could still do it.
It's always going to leave the gamers a bit salty, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they just take it away. So
I think that's it.
This is the point.
It's always going to leave them.
You shouldn't be allowed to just shut it off. People have paid for these games, and
even if it's a game that I bought 15 years ago, I would just be really sad about never playing it again.
Even a game that's like entirely online, like Sea of Thieves, like you buy it going in, like you go into it buying it, knowing that it could shut down one day, but that's still not good enough in my opinion. If it does shut down, you should then be able to just play that.
You'd just be able to boot into it with no other
people. It would be a very boring game. But
actually, surprisingly, there's a lot to do fighting things in that game specifically now. There's a lot of creatures to hunt out. There's, it would be a little game in itself.
I'd be interested to know how far this legislation goes when games are entirely predicated around the idea of online or co-op or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Are they going to force these studios, or is this the petition sort of trying to force these studios to keep an online component that is, peer-to-peer or LAN, you know what I mean? Like local somehow.
Yeah.
Should that be a requirement? I think so, because that's how the game has been developed and made. But
these companies don't want you to actually own your games, and I think that's what it comes down to sometimes.
Well, look at Rematch in its current state.
Yeah.
If that went offline tomorrow, there is no bots, so you can't play against bots.
Oh, it doesn't fill teams, does it not? If there's not enough of them?
No.
Oh.
So if it went down tomorrow and there was no peer-to-peer, you can't play that game because there's nothing to play. Even if you said, oh yeah, you can still play it, but you can run around an empty pitch by yourself.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be particularly fun. Yeah. So how does that work? You know, a game like Call of Duty multiplayer has bots, so you could go against bots. But
I think for like Rematch, for example, it's because you not just have it run off. I don't know. I don't know the intricacies myself too much.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they need some kind of server to keep it running.
I don't know.
Does Call of Duty is the story mode part of the servers then?
No, I'm talking Call of Duty multiplayer. So Call of Duty, if that went offline, you've still got the multiplayer, the campaign.
There's enough of a game there.
Yeah, but is that enough? Because the majority of people buy Call of Duty for like the multiplayer.
So isn't Call of Duty just a 3-minute campaign and then the rest of it's multiplayer?
That's the tutorial.
Oh, right.
You can still get online on like really old Call of Duties. I can't imagine Activision are still paying for the servers for like Call of Duty 2. But I imagine you can still play that. Though. Well, this thing, you can still play that. So why can't we just go back to that?
Yeah. Let's face it,
then
you're playing that kind of game, you're playing with a mate, aren't you?
Yeah. I think it's important. It's a really good petition. I was annoyed that I couldn't sign it.
There is a UK version.
Is there?
Sort of. That you can sign. It's kind of like jumping off the back of.
Yeah.
So there is that you can sign as well.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Yeah.
But that's what that is.
Speaking about the petition, like what will it achieve if it even if you've got 5 million signatures, that doesn't force things to happen.
No, it's the same as anything.
They're going to take a look at it.
Yeah, all it means is if it reaches a certain number, then they have to discuss it in Parliament. So it doesn't necessarily mean anything. You get all these sort of petitions. You get stupid ones. You get genuine like scum of the earth, awful ones, and they're like, now the UK government have to discuss this in Parliament. And what they do is they basically read it and go next, and that's it. But because this is actually genuinely an important topic, it might not be important to everyone because it's games, but it's a serious topic. It's not like a joke like most of the other petitions that go through.
Yeah,
they do need to discuss it, and then hopefully something comes off the back of it.
It being a trade thing because you're obviously purchasing and whatnot.
Yeah, it's consumer rights.
Discuss it more. Rights, that's what I was trying to say. Consumer rights. Sorry.
Yeah, because it's like if you just bought something and then they just said after so long we're shutting it down. Now that happens with a lot of technology. Not that it gets shut down; it stops working.
I've got a prediction.
I've got a prediction of security.
You lose your rights at 10 years, is what they're going to say.
Yeah, and it's when you buy it.
Could go wrong, couldn't it?
Rights, 10 years.
They tell you that this game is we're guaranteeing this game for 10 years, and that's it.
I'm also interested on the free-to-play games and if they would fall under the same thing.
Maybe,
but if you've ever got purchases in the game, you're going to lose your purchases in the game, aren't you?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you went out and bought a Lego set?
Yeah.
And then you built it and put it on your shelf. You didn't read the back of the box that says, this will biodegrade in 10 years. And you no longer have your Lego set.
Yeah.
It's no longer then tradable. You can't like sell it on eBay. You can't even pass it down to anyone else.
This is the problem with digital media over anything that's physical. And this is why I understand people wanting to keep physical media alive. Problem is in this day and age, you can buy physical media that is still basically just digital.
It's just license.
Yeah. If you bought The Crew, the disc, it still went offline. You still couldn't play it.
Yeah.
You've just got a paperweight. So
not even a very heavy one.
No. So
just filled with the weight of your regrets.
That's what's going to happen to my version of Concord.
Well, Concord, they issued refunds, obviously, so that's a bit different, but
it's probably worth more as a piece of gaming memorabilia now.
Yeah, I was tempted to buy one when I heard it failed.
PT cartridge.
Yeah. But it's the same sort of thing. If you bought that game and you didn't get your refund, it shut down. You can't play it anymore.
Yeah. Very true. That was in 2 weeks, not 10 years.
We guarantee this game for 2 weeks. But again, what's stopping people just saying that?
I know, at any point. Yeah.
So that's that.
So I think that was a pretty in-depth discussion about game preservation and media retention.
Yeah, it's interesting to discuss game preservation from a different angle. So obviously
it's not just,
historically,
I can't get hold of Mario 64 anymore.
Yeah, the Deadpool game doesn't exist anymore and store shelves or whatever. Yeah,
just saying, my NES still works. Just saying.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair point.
But in 20 years, the Xbox servers
actually
will all be.
Is your NES still working? Did you say one of them? If you moved the desk,
I mean, I had to rebuild it, and it's kind of living on a whim. But
so it's not
85,
really...
man. 85. Do you have a TV from 85? No, you do not.
I don't have a living cell in my body from 85.
There you go.
Where were we?
I think you're about to round it out, Joe.
Yeah, I thought I said the words round it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been us, Game and Garnish. Thank you for listening. It's not as long as an episode as we normally have, but I think that was warranted.
Yeah.
Lately, they've all been over 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think people might be falling asleep just about now.
Yes. Nice one.
So yeah, we will see you on the next episode.
Yes, we will.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye-bye.